Hi everyone, my name is Sumit Varlekar. I'm the founder of Tilden Global Education. Today we have a very special guest with us, Baldeep, who is a newly minted acceptee at ISB. So Baldeep, why don't you introduce yourself and then we'll go from there.
Hello, hi Sumit. And yeah, I am Baldeep. I am a CA by profession. I've been working in ITC, an FMCG company, from last 4.5 years. Then I was in GT before for my articleship. Yeah, that is a brief about the profession. And then here am I giving the interview for joining the ISB.
Lovely, wonderful. So obviously, Baldeep is among the hundreds and thousands of people who aspire to apply to get into ISB. And what I wanted to really focus on, Baldeep, today is, some insights that you could share with the viewers as to what is it that you did uniquely to get into ISB. But even before that, let's go to the whole decision around applying for an MBA. So could you tell me a bit about your career path and talk about how did the thought of an MBA come to your mind and what did you want to get out of it when you thought about it?
Yeah. So, I wanted to do an MBA like since start, like when I was writing my CA finals, that I know that I'll be going for an MBA, and I knew that I need an MBA because I knew what kind of work I'll be doing after CA and while reading and studying for it. But I waited for like some significant amount, like 4.5 years in ITC to get a why MBA answer to myself. Like not just to write in somewhere or to tell someone, but when you have inner motivation, I feel you give your best and then stick to the plan. So I knew that I want to do, but why I want to do was unclear to me when I joined ITC. It is a dream job for many of the CA aspirants who crack their exams. And so all these FMCG, big FMCGs, they pay well also. So there's no financial motivation as well to change or think of switch. So this YMBA answer I internalized myself within me before starting for GMAT preparation. And then when it became clear to me that YMBA, then I started this. And YMBA, to summarize, I would say that I knew that this whole box which CA has created to me, the box of finance and particular sub boxes of within finance also, you cannot take care of whole finance of the company. So that box I wanted to remove and get out of that box. So this was the major motivation and thought behind me going into starting the preparation of GMAT and all the MBA stuff, that I want to get out of this box and don't limit myself to being a CA or just being a finance professional. So this is
Lovely,
the brief of why MBA.
lovely, lovely. I think that definitely will help a lot of people. I think the core thing that I'll just pick on what Baldeep just said is that it was her own answer and that she spent a lot of time actually, just internalizing and understanding the need for an MBA and just kind of breaking the CA silo and
Hmm.
getting into like the larger ownership of
Hmm.
finance roles. I think that seemed also very clear when you also came to me as such. But like, let's talk about ISB, right? Because it's obviously one of the best institutes in India. So how did you think about the ISB as a program and how did you get to know about it? And could you tell me about, alongside ISB, were there any other places that you were looking at?
Yeah. So when I started my GMAT, I was aiming all the top colleges, like starting from Harvard and the Ivy Leagues and the INSEAD, all these foreign colleges. I was little unsure about applying to ISB. At that time, the political scenario of the world was also little stable and not this
Hmm.
unpredictable. So I started preparing the GMAT for GMAT in January 25. So that was a stable period, so to see compared to now. So then that this was my bucket of colleges. But then as I went into the journey and as I started GMAT preparation, I got the score and talked to people, and I got to know that there are many seniors of mine within ITC who have joined ISB. So they only told me that you shall keep ISB as an option, and ISB as your school list when considering the other school, because whatever you are getting there on the expense of foreign currency, you will get here everything in India, being in our home
Mm.
country. So there is no two ways about not keeping ISB in your aim list in our colleges. So that's when I researched about ISB in around like Feb March 25. And then I was very sure that okay, ISB also has a great ranking, and there are peer groups especially who have achieved so much within ITC. Also they have pivoted into streams and careers of their choice and their willingness and the wish, so all they are satisfied with ISB experience overall. So that
Mm.
also gave me a first-hand, we can say, feedback of how they feel about ISB curriculum. So that is when I started seriously thinking and keeping ISB as my top choice. And after I got my score was not my dream score, which I was aiming for. So when that dream score also not didn't came, so I was little not happy. And then I just kept ISB as my sole focus, so that I don't put my focus on too many things and not achieve anything. So I wanted to be laser focused on converting ISB at any cost. So however, my GMAT was not up to my target, or my dream score was not there. But then as I discussed with you also, that you told me that this can be a reason that you can give your 200% in your application, and if GMAT your not your best. So that is what struck me at the first call with you, that yeah, that I cannot be just keep grilling on the fact that I am not moving on the bar on GMAT score. So that is when I started giving my full focus on ISB application, and that's why I didn't apply to too many colleges. I didn't apply to even two colleges. I just focused on one, and
Mm.
I knew that if ISB is converted, I'll be super happy, because everything which is I'm aiming for as a MBA experience will be there in ISB. So that
Great.
also, that I said, is from my personal research and people who I've talked to. So that
Right.
is when I shortlisted ISB and focused on ISB only.
Yeah. Right. And of course, Baldeep's a very modest person, so her GMAT score isn't as awful as she's saying, but it was a pretty decent score without revealing it. But yeah, I mean, I think obviously she wasn't as happy, and right, when you're not as happy, then obviously your application must work harder for
Hmm.
you to be able to convert that admit, and you can clearly see that Baldeep has been able to successfully navigate that, so which is wonderful. So now let's move to the process. Obviously, you talked about you and I interacting, you came on board, and then just kind of discuss with the viewers sort of the application process. How did you sort of go about from point
Hmm.
one to submitting your application, right? Again, in brief, we don't need to get into all details, but whatever you feel will add a little bit of value to the listener. Yeah.
I-
So I think there was some audio issues, but I'm just going to reframe the question, Baldeep. What I was saying is, um, when after joining Tilden, of course, right, between now from point one to the final submission of your ISB, I just wanted to, maybe take a couple of minutes, like, just briefly talk about some of the most important considerations that you had in the process, and how did you sort of navigate the application process, of course. Yeah, just anything that you feel will add value to the viewers here.
yeah. So I think we started working on my application around August first week we started. So before starting, to be honest, I didn't know that there is so much of work and so much of detail which we will be putting into it. I thought it will be just questions and answers, and I'll be submitting and you will be approving and we'll be done with it. But it was completely opposite, and it was way detailed process than in
Mhm.
comparison to what I thought. So we started with making our story pitch, as you know. So I think you asked one important aspect which helped me. So I think that story pitch only helped me because before writing the story pitch and before writing my own goals in a non organized manner in a flow, I never thought it myself also alone. So that was a major point which I would say. And then and that was also not a one time
Of
activity.
course.
Like that also had many revisions and you giving feedback and me again internalizing and thinking of what to write and how to present and how to
Right.
express it clearly and all these things. So I think that was a crucial part. And then, of course, the highlights, as you know, that we created some highlights that what I have achieved in my profession or what I have achieved working in some XYZ NGO and some XYZ company. What are my value additions? So
Mhm.
that also took time for me because all these years I never paid attention to as such hikes and value additions. I
Right.
was like, I'm working, I'm getting paid, so that's enough.
Right.
And also at workplace, your boss is the one who does your appraisal, and they pretty much know about everything, and we don't need to write as such in detail.
Mm.
But to
Mm.
someone who is not aware of our background, to write all these things and to present our best and give our best points, so that also came in that process. So
Mm.
yeah, this is the main thing I believe was a major factor in uh, deciding the storyline and my clarity of thoughts as well. So yeah, and then we of course started writing essays, and that was also, I think we went for 15 16 revisions, and I still have my files in the folder. So it's like V15, V16, V18.
Right.
So
Right.
there were many revisions, and till 3 4 days before the application we were revising the
Right.
essays. We should write this line more clearly and more uh like in a lucid way, in a concise way, like this.
Right.
So all this thing I think requires time. So one important thing which I want to highlight to whosoever is the audience here is that what I thought was like a 10-day, 20-day process is not like that. It's equivalent to GMAT. For that my case, it was equivalent to GMAT. The uh, like I gave 50% to GMAT of my energy, then I would say I gave the equivalent 50% to my application journey. So
Right.
I cannot say that it's 50, it's 20-80 or it's 80-20. It was, for me, it was equally important. And I think application was more important because as we discussed that GMAT, I just kept aside for once when I started on application. And application for me became my whole soul to getting into ISB. So yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think so that just goes to show all of you viewers that obviously don't get too crushed if you're not able to get your GMAT in place. And I think it's equally important to try and dedicate enough time to
Hmm.
your applications also, because at least the way we approach the process at Tilden is you have to really understand why you have done what you have done. And again, depending on who you are and how comfortable you are with expression, like a lot of people are not very comfortable expressing it because they feel like, okay, I'm boasting so much, or like that, right? But I think you owe it to yourself to also convey to ISB what makes you a good candidate, and how you really differentiate the goal clarity and how you want to see the MBA featuring and all. And I think Baldeep did a fantastic job obviously bringing it all together. Of course, it was hard work, as she said. The 16, 18 revisions. I mean, we do that with some people, but oftentimes other people, for example, have been able to get it in like 4 versions, right? So there is a huge variety. So there's no specific template. It's really by people that I would like to look at it. If somebody needs 30 revisions, we would do that. If somebody needs just two, so be it, right? And all that, whatever is needed to get you to convey what you want to convey. I think that is important. The time obviously, is a independent of factor, but which we don't consider at all. But again, that's just the way we approach the process. So once you submitted the application, could you tell me a bit about her interview prep experience and also the actual interview experience without obviously divulging anything confidential that ISB may not want to you to tell people?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. So, once I submit the application deadline was around 7 December. So, post 7 December, I started working on the interview process. And while preparing the application, also, I always kept in mind that if I'm writing XYZ, the interviewer will be asking from this XYZ only because they'll not be asking any other thing. So, I think you and me deliberated more about what can be the questions in detail after writing some line or XYZ in your essays.
Right. Right.
So we do need the supporting documents, we do need the uh, evidences to showcase that we are not just saying on ourselves and we have done it. So you write whatever is there with you and whatever you can present that okay, yes, I have evidence of this. So without boasting anything, without writing anything which is just in your head. So I always kept that mind that whatever I have achieved, I'll write. So and so that my interview preparation was pretty easier because all these things I had kept in mind that I'll not write anything which I'm not able to support it through the physical evidence or physical or in the sense or evidence, so to say. It shall have some record. Like I will
Mm-hmm.
not just say that I improved ITC's profit by 2% when it is not there in the records. So all these things I kept in mind. And after the submission of application, I started working on the interview process. I started first jotting down myself what all questions can be possibly asked from the essays that I have submit. So I had 100-pager document of Word
My
that I
God.
created on my own, and from all sorts of questions from from personal tell me about yourself to my end goal and why that end goal and how that end goal. So all these things. So I pretty much prepared in detail because as I told that I didn't have any option. I wanted to get into ISB like at any cost. At least I didn't want to be careless in my preparation. Uh, uh, and this and talk with one of your team. Uh, Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so then I appeared for my mock interview with one of your team member first. So Rashmi from your team took my mock. So
Yeah.
it was also really eye-opening because I was preparing on my own, looking into the mirror and practicing questions and answers. When you give to a always in detail and from interview. Full. So was also very detailed. Whatever questions she asked, she gave me the feedback question by question. So and line by line. Like if I say I is there any issue, Sumit?
Yeah, there was a bit of issue, but we can continue now.
All right. So yeah, so the feedback was very detailed, and then I worked on that feedback for 1 week. I started preparing according to that feedback. Then I gave the interview with you. My it was to January 2026, and we gave on 9. I was not thinking you will ask. So, so, so I was a little unprepared for the kind of questions you were asking, because all the normal questions which were there in my head, I had prepared it well. Tell me about yourself, or why this, why X, and why Z. So, but you asked me questions from the topic that I didn't prepare. It was my post MBA goals, and the stuff which is not getting till ISB. It was after ISB, and why post MBA, why X goal of mine in my post MBA goal. So that also was an eye opener again. Then after completing the interview with you, I wrote it down all the feedbacks, and I picked up the topic of post MBA goal, and then I prepared that post MBA goal also very well, like 50 questions of my only post MBA goal set. You asked me like what you as a person will bring to do that X job. So I wrote it down,
Yeah.
that what I am bringing. So I would say that was really helpful, and I was very confident. So this whole process gave me more confidence that the interviewer cannot be asking more than this. I am sure. So I was very confident while going for the interview. So, and that was, I don't know everybody could feel it or not, but I felt it myself. Internally, I was super confident. And I think people also, my interview panel also felt that, because they were also very, I could see they were happy with my interview. And after I finished my interview, so they were also wishing me that all the best for campus joining. So these subtle hints
Yeah.
I could get, that they are happy with whatever I'm saying. At least they're satisfied, if not happy. So then they asked me all the grilling questions which you asked, and which Rashmi also asked. So all the grilling questions which were asked already to me were asked by them, and that's
Mm.
why, maybe that's why I was super confident, and I could answer them clearly and in a coherent manner. So yeah, so this is the brief. I don't know if I was brief or not, but
No,
this
I
is
think
the
it's incredibly authentic, coming from you. And I think you shared a lot of insights that, there's just the amount of work that goes into an application. Obviously you were very kind to mention me and my teammate there, but I think just the sheer amount of background work you did, right? When you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of questions and back end prep, that really goes to show that if you really are able to seize that opportunity, right, you can prepare really, really well. And I think you definitely do that. So my final question to you, Baldeep, is if you were to like reapproach this process and redo it again, potentially what words of advice would you have for the viewers to maybe do it even better than what you did?
Yeah. So I would say that first, which you also mentioned, don't get stuck in your at your score if that is not meeting your high standards, or the we can say 99 percentile or 100 percentile. The score is uh, with your with-
Baldeep, just hold on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was saying that first important thing I would like to share is that don't get stuck on your GMAT. Like I was stuck, literally stuck, and my brain was also there, that why I'm not hitting the score, the dream score which I have in my mind. So I think the I would redo is that I would not get stuck. I got my original score from kept on hovering around it and then reattempting it and all these things till August. So all these 4 months I wasted, and I applied through my original score and I got into it. So I would say that don't get stuck. And also, second, that if your score is decent and average and above average, little bit above average and average, so you shall give 200% to the application process. And I'll not redo it. I'll do it this way only. My interview preparation, I think, gave me confidence. So I'll not do any change on my interview prep. It's just that one thing I will redo is that I would not wait if I am again given opportunity to on my GMAT. So I'll apply with my original score and then give my best. I could have applied in R1 because of this. I applied in R2 purely because of a reason that I was stuck and I could not give
Hmm.
enough time to the application. And yeah, and be authentic, I would say. In your application, it shows, and in the interviewer also catches. Like in my ASB panel, also, they were asking each and every word I had wrote that if I have written that I was from not so privileged background, so they didn't just believe on me saying it, on me writing it. They asked questions about it. And because I've lived it, I could answer it clearly and I could answer it confidently because that was the story which I had personally. But to someone who is uh, writing stuff, I would say authenticity is the thing we shall keep in mind because it shows in your confidence and on the interview day. So yeah, these three things.
Great. I think that's it. So we'll conclude this interaction now. I want to wish Baldeep, on my behalf, of course, and my team's behalf, all the very best for a wonderful and successful career at ISB and beyond. And of course, if you guys have any questions for me or for Baldeep, we'd obviously happy to connect. You can obviously find her on LinkedIn. I'm also on LinkedIn. My name is Sumit Verlekar, and you can reach me at connect, CONNECT, @tilden.in. So that would be our website. You can also go to our website, www.tilden.in. So with that, I think I'll conclude this interview. Thank you so much, Baldeep, and all the best.
Thank you, Sumit. Thank you for your time.